Good morning. Welcome to my home and welcome to my heart. I really am blessed to be able to understand and to be able to learn different things about how we live and the science of how this world happens and especially the extended world. I'm really grateful for this practice, this Qigong practice that informs and takes from all the other things that I do in my life and just brings all those different elements of different ways of healing and different ways of looking at the world and brings them into focus is what it does for me. It takes all kinds of scattered little facts here, and it just brings them in. And as I bring them in and look at them through the lens of Spring Forest Qigong, it testifies to the validity of truth that's all around us. And I'm really grateful to the way that Master Lin has taken his years and years and years and incredible depth of wisdom and knowledge and condensed it into a practice that can be very, very simple for us. We've got these very basic, simple movements. We've got these basic ideas. We've got the basics of the wood, fire, earth, metal, and water elements. We've got the basics of the liver, heart, spleen, lungs, and kidney system. We've got the basics of the emotions, the contracting emotions that pull us into contraction and invite dis-ease into our bodies. And then we have the basics of the expanding emotions that bring us out of those things. And as we can understand this science, because it truly is a science, and I know lots of people would think, well, science should be disconnected from emotions. But that is not full-bodied, robust science, because emotions, scientists are learning and discovering and proving and sharing the fact that emotions have an incredible impact on our physical body, because emotions are regulated by hormones. And the hormones, so whatever hormones we've got are going to give us emotions. What emotions we bring in are going to stimulate hormones. So it comes back and forth in this synergy. And so real science and deep science encompasses body, mind, spirit, and soul. And that is still science. Even though there's a spiritual aspect to it, people would say, well, no, you can't connect spirit and science together. You must connect spirit and science together, because science has proven, I'm talking in circles here, but science has proven that those cannot be disconnected. Because when they're disconnected, the disharmony goes into the body and is manifest by symptoms. Dr. Candace Pert, note the word doctor, PhD from a normal university, says that the body is the subconscious mind. And so as our body manifests things and we move into this particular practice, and as we deepen it and broaden it and deepen it and broaden it, always using those same simple concepts. We take one concept and now we dig into that concept. We take this concept and we dig into this concept. And so as we deepen our knowledge, our wisdom increases. And as we take from the experiences that life will bring to us, that those upheavals, those disruptions in our balance, as we take those things and learn from them and go, oh, do I want to stay in this balance? Well, what can I do about not being, or do I want to stay in this imbalance? What can I do to bring myself back into balance? I can meditate. I cannot tell you how many times I have started my morning in some chaos and some friction, and then said, okay, I can't, this can't continue like this. I'm feeling so disrupted inside myself. And I come into this practice, which is completely congruent with my personal spiritual practice. When I come out of the practice after 20 minutes, half an hour, and even 2 minutes sometimes, if that's all the time I have, I come out feeling so much more balanced and so much more in, so let's bounce as we talk, so much more in control, but in control because I don't need control. Now, does that make any sense? Because, and let's just bounce and just release things here. as we think about the universe that we are in, the universe in which we move and be and exist, as we think about the vastness of that, do we really have much control? Because we are acted upon in many ways, but we do have infinite control, because we can take what happens from the universe and from other people, and we can step into the space of saying and understanding, perhaps, and into that space of saying, is the universe friendly? Does the universe exist on a basis of unconditional love? Is that the purity of the universe? Is that the entity of the universe? Is that the existence of the universe? And if it is, and this is something you need to decide for yourself, if it is friendly and if it is full of unconditional love, then as I surrender to that unconditional love, all good comes to me, even through difficult circumstances. Philosophy 101, according to Roxy. As we bounce, here's the science of this. As we bounce, we begin our practice today, the fifth of the 5 healing elements, the 5 healing movements. As we begin our bounce, our practice by bouncing, we are releasing extra energy that no longer serves us. And this smile that you see is not well, I'm on camera now and I have to put on the smile. This smile is genuine because it comes from the release of the extra stuff. It comes from me not having to worry about every little piece of things. It comes from being able to release into the universe and accept and receive the unconditional love of the universe amidst chaos, perhaps in the world, if that's happening in your world. So as we bounce, breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. I find myself as I bounce and I close my eyes that I can just see in my body the things that would like to come into alignment, the places in my body where I'm bent a little bit out of alignment. For instance, I have a habit of lifting my chin a lot, which brings intention into my lower, right, the base of my head. So as I begin to bounce, my chin just instantly wants to drop down. The top of my head wants to stretch up. And I'm short, so any height that I can get, I'm all over that. So my body wants to, as soon as I start balancing, my body starts saying, oh, great, here's that balancing piece. Let me help you understand that this part is just moving just a little bit differently. So my hips want to just rotate, my pelvis just wants to rotate into the position that's comfortable. My knees want to flex, my hips want to flex, my ankles want to flex. My shoulders want to just kind of roll open. And that spontaneous breath, that intake that you just heard, that wasn't something I planned, it just kind of went. And my body just wants to bring in that extra energy of inhaling and oxygen. And then we blow out. And as I blew out, I found that my bounce slowed down, because a short, fast bounce also coordinates with short, fast air breaths, and that keeps the air up into my lungs and keeps it out of my lower dantian. Sorry, it's always in the lungs, but the energy can be, as I breathe deeply into my lower dantian and breathe into that diaphragm, everything slows down. Close your eyes as you bounce and observe your body. I observe just a little bit of a rotation in my pelvis again. I just observed a bit of a releasing in the bones just behind my ears. Observe what's happening in your body as you gently bounce. Observe the speed of your bounce. Observe the speed of your breath. I love the bouncing. It's just so releasing, so balancing. Allow our arms to swing now in a swivel. All of these movements, if you're new to Qigong, Spring Forest Qigong, can be done standing, sitting, and lying down. And so if you're sitting, as my mom is, if you're sitting or you're lying down, perhaps you're in your bed for a reason, envision yourself in full practice. Got a bra strap climbing here. Envision yourself in full practice and doing things in perfect balance. Mom and I were having a conversation the other day about how young we feel, because she just turned 90. And we were on a special trip for that day, and I said, so how young do you feel, Mom? What age do you feel? What'd you tell me, Mom?
About 35.
About 35. So that's a pretty powerful statement. I feel 35. What do you feel? What age do you feel? In our swinging and our rotations and our swiveling and our bouncing, I invite us each to feel into the age of a young child, in joy and happiness with no cares at all, just bouncing around the yard. Everything's just happy. Let's allow our hands to float up. And again, because we can bring in ideas into our mind, and because our visualization is just as powerful as actual doing things, when we bring in that visualization of a child bouncing around in joy and happiness, our cells are then washed in that hormone of joy and happiness, that endorphin group. As we breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth, and we release. If we release things that have been caught in us in love and gratitude, because where would we be without the wisdom of experience? Allowing our hands to float back down. And it might be difficult in the middle of an experience to find wisdom and gratitude there. But as we look back, at least, we can find that wisdom and gratitude. And we're going to use our breath to invite our body into stillness now. Breathe in through the nose, and as we breathe out this last time, out through the mouth, just invite your body to come into a quiet stillness. And feel how your body expands after the bouncing. My hands drift away from my body. I feel especially up through my arms, but I have a vision of an aura all around me, and it's tingling and it's bright and it's glowing and it's happy. My palms are curved as if they're holding a ball. And that's just the natural way that the body sits. My knees are softly bent, my hips are relaxed, my ankles are relaxed. My elbows are open. My shoulders are open. This is closed. This is open. And the body just naturally goes into that space. Fingertips are tingling. This is Qi. I love the sound of the word Qi. It just feels happy. Qi puts my mouth into a smile position. Smile says, start my internal love engine. And here as we feel our Qi, our energy with life force, blueprint, and pure intelligence, we're going to guide our Qi through our Yi, our intention. Bring our hands to the lower dantian. Women, your right hand will be next to your navel. We're not touching our body. Men, your left hand will be next to your navel. If that doesn't feel right for you, go for the feeling of your body. You might want to switch your hands and feel which one feels more balanced. And here in this space now, we invite in the energy of our master. And our master is anyone, any entity, any being from whom we derive wisdom and knowledge, guidance, unconditional love. perfect guidance. You may use whatever label you wish for your master. Your master can also be something deep inside you that knows. That deep intuition. We call upon the energy of our master in gratitude, and we set the intention for our practice. Think about why you're with me today, why you would like to watch this, why you want to perform this. What is it you would like to receive from practicing this practice today? This is our intention. Dear Master, with deep gratitude for the experiences that have shaped my life, for the wisdom and the opening of my mind and my body and my soul and my spirit to the science and the truth of the universe, with great gratitude for that. I set the intention for my practice today to receive healing in my body through balancing my body systems, my mind, my soul, my spirit. And with that balance, to serve my fellow man in love and joy. And as we've set our intention, now we give a password, which is extremely powerful. It steps us into that unconditional love of the universe. The password is, I am in the universe. The universe is in my body. The universe and I combine together as one. This password connects us and unites us with the infinitesimal powers of the universe. The power of unconditional love, which can only do good. The power of unconditional love, which balances all energy. There's either too little energy or too much energy, or energy in the wrong place. And when it's balanced, we have flow. I invite us to bring our hands together in a ball. In this ball, we have yin and yang energy. As we're moving into our fall, just finished our equinox, as we move into the fall season, we're moving into more yin energy. More inside, more introspective, more rebuilding, more releasing. Yang energy is more action-oriented, more producing, more active. As we move this energy ball, we're balancing and we're mixing and we're joining the yin and yang. We always have yin and yang in us. What we focus on is what we give more strength to. And as we receive and yield ourselves to the powers of the universe, to work in concert with them, we come into balance. So as we balance and join yin and yang, invite into this energy ball anyone that you would like to invite healing into their bodies, or their minds, or their souls, or their spirits. We could invite into this ball. It is an infinite size. We could invite the whole planet in here. We can invite every being on the earth into this beautiful balancing of yin and yang. Our fifth movement that we will practice today is connecting with our heart's energy in deep gratitude. Bring your hands together in a gentle prayer position, touching the fingertips together. Bring your hands up to your heart center. Your thumbs are on your sternum. Fingers are gently touching together, just tight, just snug enough to hold a piece of paper there. Elbows are open. Our breathing has now changed to in through the nose and out through the nose. Our tongue is gently touching the roof of our mouth. And you might find that the gentle smile has come to your face. If not, invite one there. And notice what happens within your body. Do a little experiment at the moment. Release the smile. Let your face be neutral. Observe inside your body. And then invite the smile back to your face. Notice what happens. I invite you to put that into the chat, into the comments. What happens when you smile? For me, I get a release right across my chest expands. My shoulders loosen, my shoulders drop. Ever so slightly, it's just a tiny little movement. You're going to ignore the phone. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. The emotion we're bringing in and inviting in with our in-breath is the emotion of gratitude. As we breathe in, feel into what you feel grateful for in this moment, whatever comes to your mind. As we breathe out, we release any feelings of fear we might have. The system that we're engaging with in this movement is the system of the kidneys, the cleansing, the water. Water is the element, and blue is the color. All of these concepts have a vibration to them. As we think about what we're grateful for, we bend forward a little bit from the middle back. Breathing in as we bend forward. Breathing out as we come up. You're going to give a slight dolphining to the neck, so your chin stretches forward a little bit. As you come up, your chin tucks in. You've got a light bubble about the size of a golf ball right underneath your throat. And it floats you up and open and back a little bit. And opens up the whole chest. This is a very, very, very good, very simple, very quiet movement that you can do, especially if you have any lung congestion, if you have sadness, if you're grieving in any way. Reaching forward. I am grateful for my breath. I am grateful for light. Whatever comes to your mind. I'm grateful for shoes. I'm grateful for food. I'm going to practice in silence. I'm grateful for inspiration. I am grateful for this universe. I am grateful for knowledge. I'm grateful for the sun. I am grateful for other human beings. I am grateful for connections. I'm grateful for my body. I am deeply grateful for technology. I am grateful for gratitude. I am grateful for my master. I am grateful for ancient records that record truth. I am grateful for joy. Bring your hands in front. Open your eyes. Rub our hands together. We're harvesting our Qi. Qi is our energy with life force in it. A blueprint for the perfection of our whole body, mind, spirit, and soul. And the intelligence to move and heal and balance and release according to our intention anything that's out of balance in all those systems. Hands on your face. It's unconditional love. As you massage your face in this heart-shaped movement, I invite you to say to yourself out loud if you wish, I love you, and use your own name.
I love you, Johnny.
I love you, Roxy. We're going to massage our ears. So just basically you're just kind of unfolding the curls of your ears, bringing your fingers down to the earlobes and giving a gentle pull. We're going to tap on the insides of our eyebrows. 1, 2, 3, 4. 9 times is the number. 9 is a number of completion. There's lots of interesting information in so many elements in the world. Numbers have very interesting energy to them. It's a wide variety of energies in different numbers. Left armpit, 9 times. And the right armpit, 9 times. Top of the head, 9 times, very gently. Hand on forehead, back of the head, right at the occipital bone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Whole body tapping down. We're going to clap 9 times. We're activating the heart. In our palms, there are heart meridians right there that move to the energy of our heart. And as we activate them by clapping them together, think of where we clap. we applaud something that we approve of and that we enjoy. And that activates our heart. We're sending to that person, whatever it is, if we're applauding, we're sending them joy and happiness that they sent to us by whatever it is that they did. These things are all very organic. We're going to tap, we're going to actually rub our kidneys, massage our kidneys with the back of our hands. There are so many different, or so much depth to each one of these movements. And we cover those in my practice group, and tap on the outside of the hips. I'll be posting a new practice group session timing on my website very shortly. I'm doing a lot of renovations. The equinox time is a time of cleansing and releasing, a pause, and gently rebuilding, and that's what I'm rebuilding in my websites, so that I can give you some offerings that will help you and balance you in your life too. Bring your hands down to the tops of your knees, just above, here's your kneecap, just above, and tapping 9 times. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're opening up channels from our knees and down into the earth. And on the left side. 6, 7, 8, 9, and on the right side. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And up on the toes and dropping to the heels, we're bringing up energy from the earth through our bubbling spring. 3. See, and this is how you can do it without standing. 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'd like to share with you how this practice has benefited me. I have experienced arthritis in both hips to the point where I have been scheduled for a double hip replacement. But that surgery is way off in the future, and for me is probably going to be non-existent, because as I've engaged in this practice and deepened myself into this practice, I am feeling release, I'm feeling energetic movement, I'm feeling a lot more release in my hips, and I am on the track for healing, because I have moved so much more freely now, and I take no medications. I'm simply diving deeper and deeper into this beautiful practice. So this is the beginnings of well, not the beginnings. I'm in the boat of the miracle. Namaste. I bless you. I love you. Thank you for joining with me.
Namaste.